Welcome back to another P2P Lending portfolio update. In today's video, I will walk you through all the changes in my portfolio for September. By the end of this video, you will know exactly where I've increased and reduced my investments. We'll also take a closer look at my liquidity test on Esketit and the reasons behind the recent cash drag on Crowdpeer. As always, nothing in this video should be considered investment advice. Make sure your investment decisions are based on your personal financial situation and never copy other investors whose goals or risk tolerance might differ from yours. Let's start with how my portfolio looked at the end of September. In the right column, you can see the month-over-month allocation changes. There have been not a lot of changes on Peerberry. The return principal was simply reinvested. Most of my loans there are longer-term commercial loans from Lithuania and Poland, which naturally come with lower liquidity. That's also why Peerberry plans to introduce a secondary market by the end of this year. There's been no progress on estate growth this month. My defaulted loans remain unchanged, which means I have not received any interest or recoveries for the past month. The biggest change happened on Esketit. My portfolio there dropped significantly after running a liquidity test. One of our community members pointed out that the diversified strategy does not really offer instant liquidity under normal market conditions, despite Esketit's claims. I tested it myself and found out that Credus Capital loans could not be fully liquidated via the cash-out option. About 10% of my portfolio was still pending even 2 weeks later, and other investors have reported similar delays lasting months. Esketit is also relocating from Ireland to Croatia, most likely due to regulatory requirements in Ireland. Investors will need to reopen their investment accounts, and new investments on the Irish entity will stop after October 15th, so the instant cash-out feature there likely won't remain reliable. The platform has seen many changes lately: the exit of Avafin and Money4Finance, a new CEO and CMO, several account closures, and of course the move to Croatia. At the same time, Esketit has lowered its interest rates, which makes it less attractive compared to other platforms offering high returns from more established lenders. For now, I will stay on the sidelines and see how the platform adapts before increasing my position again. On Fintown, I reinvested my latest interest payout into one of their high-yielding development projects in Prague. The platform also launched the second phase of the seed project, offering a slightly lower rate but quarterly interest payouts instead of a single payment at the end of the term. On Crowdpeer, I received funds from a repaid loan but did not manage to reinvest them in time. The lack of an auto-invest feature is a bit frustrating, as B-rated projects get funded quickly. That's also the reason why my outstanding portfolio here decreased. I increased my investments on Lande. The portfolio remains well diversified and continues to perform in line with my expectations. On Indemo, I also raised my stake and used their September cashback campaign. I received repayments from the first 2 assets averaging a 15% annual yield. The platform will soon launch mortgage-backed loans with regular interest payouts, which could be interesting for investors seeking consistent cash flow. If you plan to invest yourself, you can use our link on P2P Empire to get an additional cashback bonus. On Income Marketplace and Afranga, I did not reinvest the received principal or interest last month, and on Nectaro, my Romanian loans continue to perform steadily. At the end of September, my portfolio value stood at 110,018 euro, representing a 4% decrease compared to the previous month. Despite that, the portfolio generated 1,040 euro in passive income, a 31% increase from August. Most of my funds are allocated on Peerberry and Fintown, followed by Afranga and Lande. Around 5.9% of the portfolio is not performing, but the rest continues to generate interest. The portfolio remains diversified across several countries, mainly in Lithuania, Poland, Bulgaria, and the Czech Republic. About 23% of my portfolio is secured by collateral, but the remaining 77% consists of unsecured loans backed by company assets or buyback guarantees. My weighted average interest rate increased to 11.54% with an average investment size of 669 euro spread across 165 loans in 13 countries. For more details, including the internal return rate for each platform, please visit our portfolio page on P2P Empire or access the semi-raw data on buymeacoffee.com, which is available to our members. So that's it for this month's portfolio update. If you're new to P2P Lending, you can find our platform reviews on P2P Empire. They include up-to-date performance data and key financial metrics for platforms like Mintos, Peerberry, and Esketit. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to not miss out on future updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.